Welcome to Inside the Lines and this new decade of 2020. Alongside Jared Smith, I'm Ariel Epstein. The New York Knicks are at home tonight as 4.5-point dogs, the total 226.5. Portland Trailblazers power forward Carmelo Anthony coming back to Madison Square Garden after playing for the Knicks. He's been here before. However, when you do see a player returning to their old team's arena, how do you calculate that when handicapping?
It's certainly interesting. I mean, it could kind of go both ways. The emotions can kind of take over, especially early. I've seen moments where a player comes back and they struggle a little bit early, so maybe an under in the first half might be an interesting play. But I really think for Melo, he's been back to the Garden before. This isn't anything new. I really want to focus on one of the other power forwards, and that's the one playing for the Knicks, and that's Julius Randle. He's been outstanding. 3+ 30-point games. It's kind of been interesting to see him, adapt to this New York Knicks offense, coming back from the injury, and now he's playing great basketball. It's been really fun to kind of see the Knicks play better with Randle. Offensively, they're just moving it a lot better, and they're playing better on the defensive end as well. 6-4 ATS their last 10 games.
Could be helpful against the Trailblazers defense that's bottom 10 in the league in points allowed by opponents. The Knicks have won back-to-back games. What have they been doing well? Yeah,
well, they've been just doing that. They've been figuring out ways to shut down the opponents, especially on the three-point line, and that's going to be a key tonight against the Blazers. This Blazers team, they live by the three, they die by the three. When Dame Lillard last played the Knicks, he had 8 triples. If this Portland team gets going from the outside, we know what they have with CJ McCollum. It's kind of an interesting proposition with the Blazers, though, because when you look at the Western Conference, other than the top two, the Lakers and the Clippers, this is one of those teams that if all three of those guys are healthy, McCollum, Lillard, and also Melo, they can surprise some people. It's certainly an interesting long shot to make the West. Obviously, the Lakers and the Clippers are the teams to beat. But offensively, when this Blazers team is hot, not a lot of teams can beat them.
Well, we will be talking about the Lakers coming up after the break, but the Trailblazers have beaten the Knicks in 6 straight games. But it's a new decade, so we'll see if things can change in the year 2020. We'll be right back with Inside the Lines after the break.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built FanDuel Sportsbook with more ways to bet, more ways to fund your account, more ways to cash in, and more ways to cash out, with payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 48 hours. You want more? You got it. Join today and get a risk-free bet worth up to $500. FanDuel Sportsbook, more ways to win.
Welcome back to Inside the Lines. Alongside Jared Smith, I'm Ariel Epstein. The Milwaukee Bucks are 17.5-point favorites at home tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The total 220.5. Jared, you say, woo! Well, that's a huge spread. Why?
Monster. I mean, obviously, it's because the Bucks are the best team in the league record-wise. They might be the best team in the league overall, facing a team that's really been struggling. The T-Wolves, one of the worst ATS teams in the league, 12-18 against the number this year. They've got injury problems. They've got motivational problems. We don't know what's going on with Karl Anthony Towns. Is he going to be traded? But I want to talk about Eric Bledsoe. His first game back from a right leg fracture the other night. He had 15 points in 16 minutes. I think it behooves the Bucks to get him back into the flow of the offense. Anytime a player is coming back, he missed 8 games, they want to get him involved early. I think he's going to play more minutes tonight. I think he's going to take more shots than he usually does for a point guard. Eric Bledsoe, over 12.5 points. Book it.
I like Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo going over 28.5 points. We haven't seen him go over 30 points since he played the Lakers on December 19th. Speaking of the Lakers, this is our next game. 11-point favorites at home against the Phoenix Suns. The total at 226.5. You're going prop here again. Who are you going with?
Yeah, so LeBron James, starting to get some injury woes. Obviously, he's certainly one of those guys that has had a lot of tread on the tires over the years. He's going to become more of, I think, of a distributor over now this grind middle part of the season, less of a scorer. He's had double-digit assists in his last 4 games. I think LeBron over 10.5 assists is a good bet tonight against the Suns.
Phoenix allowing 115.1 points against opponents this season, so I'm going to take the over 226.5 in this game. With that being said, I like to put that in a parlay for this game.
Yeah, you love the parlays. Prop queen.
LeBron James over 7.5 rebounds in this game. I like the over, and I like the Lakers on the money line. That is at plus 314. Give me my dollar holla, Jared.
I'll see your plus 314, and I'll raise you another 26 cents a juice. Someone's got to score for the Lakers tonight. Anthony Davis, 35-plus points. He could go off for 40. He's already had a 50-point game this year. Lakers win plus 340. New Year's sprinkle. Give it to me.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on Inside the Lines. Knicks game night coming up next.